What really matters in our short life on Earth? Imagine this. You wake up one morning and realize life is passing by faster than you thought. You've got goals, dreams, relationships, and responsibilities. But in the middle of all the chaos, have you ever stopped to ask, what really matters? If we only get this one shot at life, what should we be focusing on? What will actually make us feel fulfilled when all is said and done? In this fast-paced, unpredictable world, it's easy to get swept up in the daily grind. But if you're feeling like you need a moment to step back and reflect on what's truly important, you're not alone. Let's take a closer look at the few things that might just be the key to making the most of our short time on Earth. And stick with me, because by the end, you might see your life in a whole new way. Time, the one thing you can't get back. Let's start with something that affects us all. Time. Think about it. Time is the one thing we can't get more of. Once it's gone for good. Yet, how many of us are guilty of letting entire days slip away on autopilot? How often do we scroll endlessly on our phones, binge-watch shows we don't even care about, or say, "I'll do it tomorrow," over and over again? Time is like sand slipping through your fingers. You can't hold on to it. So, what if you started thinking about your time as the most valuable thing you have? It's a game changer. If we spent more of our days on things that bring us joy, help us grow, or connect us with the people we love, how much richer would our lives feel? Picture this. On your last day on Earth, will you be thinking about that extra hour you spent working late, or the time you took to be with your family, go on that trip you've always wanted, or pursue your passion? Time is ticking, but the good news is, you get to choose how to spend it starting now. Relationships, the people who really matter? Let's be honest, when it comes to what matters most, it's not your job title, your bank account, or the car in your driveway. It's people. Think about the happiest moments of your life. Were you alone? Or were you with the people who matter most to you? The truth is, we're wired for connection. Relationships are what make life feel alive. Whether it's your family, your closest friends, your partner, or even the coworker who's always got your back, these connections are what make the tough times bearable and the good times unforgettable. But here's the catch. Relationships require effort. How many times have you said, "We should catch up soon," and never followed through? Life gets busy and it's easy to take the people we love for granted. But remember this, time with the people who matter is never wasted. So, call your parents. Text your best friend. Spend time with your kids. The small moments you invest in your relationships today are the ones you'll treasure the most when you look back. Purpose. What gets you out of bed in the morning? Now, let's talk about purpose. I know that word can sound heavy or even a bit intimidating, but here's the thing. Having a sense of purpose doesn't mean you need to save the world. It just means having something that gives your life direction, something that makes you excited to wake up and face the day. For some people, their purpose is clear: raising a family, pursuing a career they're passionate about, or working on something creative. But for others, it's not so obvious. And that's okay. The important part is that you take the time to explore what lights you up, even if it takes some trial and error. When you're doing something that feels meaningful to you, it doesn't just make life more enjoyable, it gives you resilience. It's what helps you keep going when things get tough because you know deep down that what you're doing matters. So ask yourself, what gets you out of bed in the morning? And if you don't have an answer yet, maybe it's time to start looking. Self-awareness. Are you living for you? Now, let's get real for a second. How many times have you done something because you thought it was what you were supposed to do, rather than what you actually wanted? Maybe it was a career choice. Maybe it was staying in a relationship too long, or saying yes to something you didn't even enjoy. Self-awareness is about getting honest with yourself. It's about tuning out the noise of what everyone else thinks you should be doing and asking yourself, what do I really want? This isn't always easy, especially when we've spent years following other people's expectations. But if you want to live a life that truly feels fulfilling, it starts with knowing who you are and what you stand for. Being self-aware doesn't mean you have everything figured out. It just means you're willing to reflect, to adjust, and to live life on your own terms. And that's the kind of life that's worth living. Mortality. Life is short, but that's what makes it precious. Finally, let's talk about something we don't like to think about. Death. Yep, the big, uncomfortable topic that most of us avoid. But here's the thing, death is what gives life its urgency. If we lived forever, would we care so much about making the most of our days? Probably not. Facing the reality that life doesn't go on forever can actually be empowering. It reminds us to stop sweating the small stuff, to let go of grudges, and to focus on what truly matters. When you accept that life is short, you start living with intention. You realize that every day is a gift, and you don't want to waste a second of it on things that don't bring you joy or fulfillment. So instead of fearing death, use it as motivation. Start that project you've been putting off. Tell the people you love how much they mean to you. Go after the things that set your soul on fire, because you never know how much time you've got left, but you do have today. The takeaway: make it count. Here's the bottom line. Life is short, but it's also full of opportunities to make it meaningful. Whether it's spending more time with the people who matter, chasing the things that bring you joy, or just slowing down enough to appreciate the present moment, the key is to live with intention. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present, to value your time, and to focus on what truly matters. So, what are you going to do with your time? Whatever it is, make it count, because in the end, that's what really matters. If this video got you thinking about what really matters in life, don't forget to hit that like button to show your support. And if you want more content that helps you reflect and grow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. I'd love to hear what you think. What's most important to you in this short life? Drop a comment below and let's start a conversation. Also, if you know someone who might need a reminder to focus on the things that really matter, feel free to share this video with them. Let's spread the word and help more people live a life with purpose.